Warning, this video contains spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. When we last left off, we found Gosetsu and are going to make our way to the Ruby Sea, but we had a few side quests to do to help people out. So let's double check, make sure we don't have any more side quests. Nope, the only one is for my crafters, so we'll do that another time. Why did that happen? No way. Put you right there. Good. Alright. So, is it a Sarban the only one here? No. I'll say, I know Alphino can hold his own in a fight, but he's plainly better suited to more cerebral tasks. Surely I'm not alone thinking that. At least, this one's smaller than the Misery. A lot smaller. That would be one of those, yeah. Or is it that boat right there? I don't know. Gosetsu. Ah, Kojin Captain. A fine choice. Only Confederate sailors rival their knowledge and skill. I need to turn back on a Fist of Fire. Yes, Roban. I've been waiting for you, my friends. All preparations have been completed and my ship awaits its passengers. We shall depart. Shall we depart without further delay? After you, my shelled friend. If you insist. With me, everyone, the Ruby Sea awaits. Alright, the Ruby Sea. Alright. Now this place kind of has two layers. Alright. Back to the map. I love this map transition. Yeah, not very far.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun.
There's no top to that. Wow.
A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
I imagine if it wasn't the middle of the night, we could see that too. But we're going to be here a while, so probably we'll see something similar. Alright. Because this, sure enough, is a full zone. Like, if I keep zooming out, okay, this is the full map. We're that tiny little area right in the corner down there. Alright. Now we'll have to figure out how to get around in here. Also, boop! To the west. Boy. That's to the west. Alright. Somewhere out there, across the water, is Yogiri and Gosetsu's homeland. Woe betide any enemy foolish enough to attack by sea. Now if the Garleans were to bring their airships, on the other hand... The Hingans built this island as a bulwark against invasion. It filled it with enough cannons to sink an armada. How wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventure, my treasures. So many wonderful treasures. Why did I say my treasures? filled with promise and adventure and treasures. Many wonderful treasures. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Now we can get here from the town. Just by teleporting out in the Aethernet. Alright. I believe you guys will say the same thing, right? Yep. Now, in order to reach the shores of Othar, you will need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. To set forth without making the necessary preparations is to invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel, and your life should you resist. But this fate can be avoided by paying the ruby tithe, thereby earning you passage. Thereby earning you the blessing of the pirate lords. So, let us go greet them. Our destination is the isle to the west. That doesn't look very far to me. Ravinous, why don't we jump in and swim for it? I've had my fill of boats. Excellent idea. I think you will find the water to your liking. I will use my ship to deliver those less inclined to the isle. Alright, we're swimming it, apparently. I'm swimming it, apparently. Okay, well, let's take a look around real quick. Yep. Well, luckily, I do know that there is no water combat. So, whatever gear I use doesn't matter. Alright, well, let's go for it. Swim. Sail, my good close wet. Right, this should be easy, and a good way to loosen up before the next fight, whenever it comes. 20 gil says I'll meet you there. Well, considering you're going to move and disappear, yeah. Let's see, can I use my compass right now? Yes, I can. Well, we're headed west. Alright, well, looks like this is our destination. For now. Still to the west. Alright. Put on my dry clothes. Which still look wet, but whatever. Not that I have anything against the occasional dip in the ocean, but to dive in on a whim is a bit, what spirit you two have in delighting a simple joy so readily. Not bad, we'll call it a draw. Good, because you cheated. Oh, there you are. I trust you enjoyed yourselves. Follow me, my friends. The one with whom we must speak is a man named Tensui. Alright. Aether currents are usually up high, so I imagine it's probably up there. Oh, there's a vista right there. Not an aether current, though. Alright, well, let's get to it. Hi. Welcome to Sakakuzi. Sakakuzi. No. Sakazuki. There we go. Sakazuki. Arguably the most important of the Confederate outposts. From here, we have a clear view of the Ruby Sea in its entirety. Walk up these steps and have a look for yourself if you don't believe me. You're nice. You sound like a nice guy. Not nearly what I imagined you'd act like. You're fairly cordial. Okay, is that the top or is that just beyond the beyond what I can see? I don't know. But goddamn, that's tall. Well, that was fun. My internet went out for hours. So, I'm actually recording this next day, but we'll just continue on, like that never happened. So, Shihoji, hi. Alright. So if you're wondering why time of day difference and camera difference, yeah, it's because I'm recording the next morning, so fun stuff. Alright. Alright. Sorry. I wonder, Limsian pirates have been known to say things like "R," but surely pirates on the opposite side of the world would use different expressions. Or "R" or "arr," perhaps. What got that in your head? Doma's position on the Confederacy could be best described as one of guarded acceptance. They are pirates, aye, but the adherence to code and are a stabilizing force in the Ruby Sea. Blah, blah. So I need to get my mind back into organization. Okay. My clothes have mostly dried, but they're still a bit clingy. Still, no regrets. This one is Tansui. Come, introduce yourselves. I fear you have the advantage of me. Most honorable and esteemed Ravinous Kurohi, I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves at the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you are in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss. Yep, sure do. Alright. What kind of boots do we need? Who needs boots? Casting. And casting. Everybody else is pretty good. Yep. That means it'll be materia time. Alright. Moving on. You wish to pay the Ruby Tithe, yes? With your guild, perhaps? It is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage to Othard. Does this sum meet with your satisfaction? The sea has been quite temptress of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely unless you tripled it. Do you take me for a fool? I know the price, as do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. The shadow of war looms. The wise and the cautious shirk our waters and custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning? Sir, you gotta come quick. You gotta come quickly. You gotta come quick. The bastards are at it again. I tried to convince them to stop, but they weren't having it. Very well. I'll be there shortly. A proposition. Your comrades strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before Koban. So I shall consider their tithe paid, not for what they have done, but for what I expect they will do. Not sure what to make of that man, but at least the matter of our tithe is settled for now. What was that he and the other pirate were talking about? Maybe we ought to go. Ought to go and have a look. La la la. Words. La la la. Yes, Urbon, it's kind of what we do. Man, these guys drag me into everybody's problems. Where is it? Way up there. Okay, so I know there's a bridge over here. Oh, 1 second. I need to turn on my member actions for my peoples, who aren't on right now, but they will expect it when they are. There we go. Oh, the joys of having a free company. Or rather, the responsibilities. Alright, so I need to go down here. Lava crab. Alright, if I can slip by here. How do I get over there? Maybe through here? We're headed to the crab pot, so... yeah, it looks like this is a direction to get there. Wow. Magma. Slipping my way through lava fields. Well, luckily it's dried, so I imagine it's still really hot. Okay, there's Suraban. Hey, I found everybody. I think I went the right way. There's a fade over there with a shark, it looks like. I am not certain this is a wise idea. I have been away for some time, so... do you know what this is all about? That's Tsutsui over there, isn't it? Alright. Boop. Oh, I guess the fate isn't that flying shark. Oh, whatever. Continuing on. Oh, it's over there. Red Imperials.
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associates' requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pilot. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're going to see the Confederacy in action now.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat, and the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
Alright. As a matter dealt with, it looks like they're helping us out. Kinda. Sorta. They know that whatever we do will help out in the long run. Doma is but one of many provinces under Imperial control, filled with people who have to find ways to cope with a bitter reality. So they really don't care what happens to Doma. I refuse to believe that. What are we waiting for? Come, Soroban cannot have gone far. Though now that I think on it, it is a passing strange that he left without warning. Maybe he did not wish to be seen by his Kojin brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless, it may be prudent to return to his ship, or at least to the Confederate encampment. And the choice is Confederate encampment. Now I am keeping on a lookout for things on my hunting log that I picked up, because that's an extra bit of experience that I can do daily. Between episodes, I already went back to the ones over in the Fringe and the Peaks, killed them, got a little bit extra experience. But I haven't done the ones over here because we haven't fully explored over here yet. So if we stumble upon them or something, we'll take them out. See, what's nice about the starred hunt logs like that is they are very reminiscent of the original leveling hunting logs for classes. So just take out a bunch of enemies, normal enemies, and they reward you. It's good stuff. Alright. I'm sure he has his reason for his odd behavior, and I should very much like to hear them. Trust requires honesty. Oh good, he's still here. Ha! I told you would not abandon us. Oh, my friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company with my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our alliances as a whole, our allegiances as a whole. You understand, Kami be praised. Too often are shell less quick to judge Al Kojin for the deeds of one. Right then, now that our business with Tatsui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. Good. Alright, and now there are some boots that I could probably use. Which would be casting boots. Yep, so I already got the aiming one, so That's weird. No, oh, these are level 62. Ah, I think I picked the wrong ones. Whoops. Crap. Oh well. Oh well, I can make do later. Really? Alright, Featherfoot, come on out. Yeah, I forgot these were the level 60 ones. Oh well. Luckily, I can always work on crafting and make them myself. So really, any of these would probably be an upgrade. So, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. I shall return to the ship and prepare for our departure. If you have any remaining business to conduct with pirates here, I pray you do so now. Ah, that reminds me. Ravinous, would you be so kind as to inform the Confederates of our plans? The more they know of our movements, the less likely we are to be mistaken for another vessel by their comrades. Oh, it's side quest time. Right. So let's get to work. Okay, I was seeing if he had anything important to say. Side quest time. Hi. Damn, did you see that? The devil's throat is clearing again. Ah, it seems you are not familiar with the expression. That is to say, around here, whenever hell's lid erupts. Now then, we best begin moving. There's precious little time. We must go and collect the hot magma before it starts to cool. Before we go, though, let me give you fair warning. If you can't handle a bit of heat or take down a few bees, I advise you to stay here. If you come back alive from these arduous excursions. Can I take your silence to mean you'll be joining me? Good. Here, take this pot. Fill it with as much magma as you can and bring it back. It gets hot pretty fast, so take care not to burn yourself. Okay. Collect hot magma. Alright. Shihoji? Sir? Might you bring me 3 flying shark livers? If you can find them on the northern tip of this island. I would go myself, but alas, I have grown too weak in my old age to hunt anything so fierce. That said, you shall, of course, be rewarded for your help. I like nice and, that one is pretty nice, straightforward. Hey, can you give me 3 livers? That'd be great. Awesome. But you. You, yes, you. Do you know of the Ruby Price? The fortress in the middle of the Ruby Sea, from which the Bakufu soldiers survey the surrounding waters? The other day, we found one of the men stowed away in a ship we confiscated. With a bit of coaxing, he eventually confessed to doing some underhanded trading with the Red Kojin on behalf of his superior. Seems he thought he could avoid paying the Ruby Tithe by hiding aboard someone else's ship, but no one gets away with crossing our waters free of charge. As such, I'm looking to track down this superior of his and have him compensate us. If I try to sail to the Ruby Price and look for it myself, however, I'll be blasted to smithereens before I even make it halfway there. Do you think you can go in my stead? There's a man by the name of Ikaruga there. He's an old friend, and should be able to identify who our captive superior is. All right. In fact, I should probably do that one first. Since that was in the opposite direction, it might lead to something else. Probably not, because there was no picture. Usually if there's a picture, it's a multi-quest chain. But we are about out of time for this episode, so we will continue on in the next. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you like to support these videos, check out my Patreon, and thank you for watching. Until next time, later.